All right, this is Aislinn Ballinger quiz for week 4 of the spine. I've got my dummy here. This we'll start with the bones of the spine. So to start, we have the cervical vertebrae starting up here with the AA joint, and then it goes down to about here. Then we come down to the thoracic spine and then leading into the lumbar spine. There are 7, 12, and 5 respectively. And then we have the sacrum down here with the fused joints at the bottom. Moving on from the bones of the spine, we have the muscles. So we have the multifidi muscle that runs the length of the spinal vertebrae. So the origin site is going to be the transverse process of each individual vertebrae, and then it inserts on the above spinous process of the vertebrae above it. Next we move into the longus colli. So for the longus colli, it is an anterior muscle here running the length of the neck. There are 3 parts to it. The upper part originates on the transverse processes of C3 through C5, so up in here, and then it actually inserts on the same transverse processes of C3 through C5. Then we move into the middle part where it originates at C5 and T3, so kind of deep in here to the thoracic spine. And then it inserts on the bodies of C2 through C6, so way up high in here. So originates on the bodies of C5 through T3, and then inserts up on the bodies of C2 and C6, C2 through C6. And then the last part, the lower part, it originates on the bodies of T1 through T3, so deep into here in the thoracic spine, and then it runs up into, it hits the transverse processes and inserts there on C5 and C6. Next we move into some of the other anterior muscles for the body, the transverse abdominis. So for the transverse abdominis, I have moved the camera down so that it's easier to see and palpate. So for the origin site, it starts on the inguinal ligament, the iliac crest, the thoracolumbar fascia back here, and then costal cartilages of the last 7 ribs. And then it runs this way to insert on the abdominal aponeuroses. With the linea alba and the pubic crest. So it runs in this way to attach in a big area and through here. So the last muscle that can be seen and palpated from the anterior view here is the rectus abdominis. So we have an origin site up down here at the pubic crest, and then it runs up through here, those classic rib muscle or abdominal muscles that we see, and then it inserts on the xiphoid process up here and on the costal cartilage of ribs 5 through 7. So it runs up like this through here. Those are all of the muscles and bones for week 4 of the spine. And yeah, thanks.